some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah, hope I get away with it. Oh, the doo-dah day.
Hi, folks. It's Saturday night. Stupid O'Clock was only a 1 hour show tonight, so we are just a little bit earlier than normal, which is okay. Perhaps I can stay awake for the entire length of my own show, apparently. I nodded off in the green room last night and wasn't even aware and imagined watching YouTube videos while I slept. Hello, Michaela. Thesis is also in the audience. Kitty is in the audience. Um, we're all just kind of sitting around. I've got Aunt Donna with me, and John is cooking wasabi garbanzo beans
Well,
or
wasabi
or
chickpeas.
something like that.
I do prefer the name garbanzo because that's just one of those words you don't get to use very often, and it's very fun to say. Garbanzo beans. Yeah.
Yes,
As George Carlin would say, garbanzo beans. Yes.
yes. And as other people might know them as being what, chickpeas? Is that right?
Chickpeas or garbanzo. But they're originally called chickpeas, and nobody was really interested in them because it's kind of like the turkey of beans, so they don't really have a flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And so the guy wanted to sell them, so he changed the name to garbanzo beans, and apparently everybody loved the name and started buying the things, and then they realized, hey, these are chickpeas, and they're that famous now.
Yeah, that they're often used in
salads often.
In Asian food. I started to say Chinese, but it's not exclusive to Chinese food.
Asian, yes, Asian cuisine.
Yes.
Which, strangely enough, most of the Asian people look at it and go, "What the hell is this shit?" That's not.
Yeah.
I look at garbanzo beans and say, "What the hell is this shit?"
For those of you who don't know, we went to last weekend. We were all at Hallowcon, and when being part of the staff, when the con is over, I have to hang around and help clean stuff up. So we had all this stuff left from the kitchen for all the food, wonderful food we make. Thank you, Ruth, and all the other folks over there.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got all this food left over, so we start sending it home. So I've got like hamburger buns, hot dog buns. I got a 2-pound bag of carrots. And Ruth sent me home with a gallon of chickpeas, which, as you can see, I already used a good chunk of them. So I'm trying to get rid of all this. And Joe sent me home with a gallon of Pabst Blue Ribbon, which Pork Chop just finished drinking today. My pet pig, for those of you who know.
Hey.
So what's the other?
I can't think of a better recipient after we went through about 5 gallons of stuff on Sunday night.
Even Uncle Carl was drinking it.
Hey, I don't mind Pabst Blue Ribbon. It was just, even with the heavy coat on, it got too cold to be drinking cold beer.
You know, it's cold again. Last night it was nice and warm. Tonight it's getting cold again. So I think we got
Oh, Michaela just went to the first show in over a year, QuadCon at the Northwoods Mall. Had a lot of fun hanging with Brian K. Morris and Cookie. Sold some books. Tomorrow is the second day. Well, I hope the second day is even better than the first one, Michaela. Your books are worth reading, and I'm sure I didn't put the right inflection on that. Your books are really worth reading. Oh my God! No, that's a bulldog. That's not. I thought for a minute there you were picking up the pig.
No, my wasabi peas mutated, Dan. Okay.
Oh, John.
This is Daisy.
Hello, Daisy.
Sometimes she's a crazy Daisy. Right now she's a lazy Daisy.
You're a sweet girl. Oh God! Every time I go outside to work on the barbecue grill.
Yeah, her too. That's why I'm in here cooking those wasabi peas. So she's in here. What the hell are you cooking?
Yeah, food. Wasn't I invited?
Thank you. Oh no, that doesn't mean pork chops. No, that's
no. Pork chops is the pig, right?
Yeah. He's out in his house. He's the one that's smart. He's the one that's smart and stays outdoors. These guys tear up the couches. What? Oh, sorry. Cheese tax.
He's just a baby. She's just a baby, but we're not picky. Hello, Daniel. And
you tell them to come in the house. None of them listen. You give one dog a treat, they all come running.
Of course.
Hey, we got one that Lindsay puts food out. He eats a couple of bites and then leaves the chain link fence and goes out in the woods. And I'm going, no wonder there ain't no squirrels around.
Where's Bella?
And then after dark, when Lindsay goes out to pick up the cat food bowls, he usually comes back in, then comes back here and starts begging for food insistently. And I have learned to keep a container of cat food back here so that I can just pour some dry food out and go, here. Oh, y'all are not going to believe the changes that I have made to the barbecue grill area, the pergola and everything else. When I get it done, it's actually going to be worth looking at.
Joe didn't send you home with that barbecue grill, did he?
No, the one.
Oh, okay.
My cast iron stove. I mean, yeah, it's kind of pocket sized, but
hey, Dan, I took a barbecue grill.
I got one of them too. And I've actually built a stand for it out of concrete blocks and paving stones and whatnot. I might have to take another layer out of it just to I really don't know if it's at a convenient worktop height. It seems to be.
Well, you won't know till you actually try to work on it.
Yeah, I know it's not the same as where it was set up before because I had to move it about 4 feet, but I thought that I would make it a little higher, and then I looked at it and I go, "That's a little bit too high there. That's gonna hurt my arm." But we'll see. We'll see. Um, the roof is totally done right now. I'm still I've got to paint some of the 2x4s to preserve them from the weather before I put up the gutters and downspout. Uh, I've still got bits and pieces of a cabinet to make to protect um, the Tupperware with the cookware in it. There's got to be another couple of shelves involved. Uh, that's okay. I'm painting everything and then I'm making the shelves. I'm not gonna try and paint shelves after I've already done the building. Um, and I've got now a bit of storage for firewood that is about 4 feet wide and 8 feet tall. So I've got plenty of room for any storm damage, broken limbs to be chainsawed up into a reasonable length for little Bertha, the cast iron stove, to be able to swallow and flame on. I'm looking forward to seeing whether or not one of these ferro rods will actually start a fire in a cast iron stove.
Why wouldn't it?
Depends on my skill level. Now, I've got one of those already outside with about half of the paint scraped off of it. Hey, Kiri! Oh, wow, you even got your camera turned on tonight. We are honored.
Gary?
Yeah,
Hello?
and Mr. Bachman is with us too.
Oh my God!
Hey, I don't mind. The more the merrier. I mean,
He does not have his camera turned on. So
well, he knows us.
Running upstairs real quick to refill my water.
well,
Excuses.
Is
Yeah,
that
it
what
was
they're
nice to
calling?
see-
Is
it was
that what
nice
the
to
kids
see
are
him.
calling it nowadays?
hey, Carrie, it was nice to see Joe Bachman at the convention this year.
Yeah.
Hint, hint.
Yeah,
yes,
you missed out on.
Curie was at a different convention. We will not hold that against them. I mean, seriously.
Joe will.
Hey, there was romance involved. Don't give them any trouble.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Oh, you didn't get the report last night, John. It seems like
boy, I missed a green room apparently. So.
Yeah.
Well, apparently I missed some of it too, and thought I'd signed out and gone to bed, but no.
1 minute you were speaking, and the next minute it's. And I did my best, honey child. I did my best.
And and Richie's with us too. I just noticed him pop in here. I didn't hear the ping.
I will say I might actually be able to make Hallowcon next year.
Well, you should. We could use money.
It's right there. I mean, you could damn near walk to it.
And I might hopefully bring someone to Hallowcon next year too.
Oh, that would be awesome. Of course, if you introduce them to all of us, they might decide that being involved with you is a bad idea.
Hey, speak for yourself.
Hey, you hang out with these reprobates? No, I ain't got nothing to do with you anymore.
Or you hang out with these reprobates? All right.
Mm. Oh, Donna, don't make me think that stuff.
Yeah. That's not what you said last night.
Pretty sure they're gonna feel right
I
at home.
I don't
hanging
think I said anything last night. You were too busy looking at the top of my head.
Well, before that, you went out just like that. If I
Yeah,
could snap my fingers, that's what I do.
that's pretty much what I do. I really do not know how I managed to comment on 3 science videos after I had nodded off in the green room. Because I checked to see if I did comment on them and give them likes and everything. And obviously I did, and the timestamps are right. But I was asleep in the green room at the time. So,
Wow.
how, well,
Sure it wasn't
I,
Bobby No Tails that went
no,
on
no,
Azure?
Billy No Mates.
Oh, Billy.
No, the cat spells much worse than I do. So, and that's a good trick right there.
Nah, not saying a word.
I spell like an editor. Every editor needs an editor.
This
But
editor
no,
spells
I mean
good.
seriously, I I remember thinking it was time that I was getting sleepy. I needed to go to bed, and clicked out of the green room and clicked into a few very short science videos, and woke up in the chair the next morning and going, I thought I went to bed. Oh well, I guess I never made it that far. And now I find out I didn't even make it out of the green room. Uh,
I felt bad leaving you there. I thought of something
Well,
new though.
I disconnected him before I left, so that at least he wasn't sitting actually in the green room all night.
Well, thank you, Rich. I didn't know how to do that.
there's a
Right click and choose disconnect.
Ah,
Because
Yeah.
as admins, we've got the ability to kick other people out.
yeah. Yeah. John and I can do that with Joe Dog, but it doesn't stick because it's his damn channel.
I can do that with Uncle Carl. All right.
Yeah, but you're usually playing World of Warcraft instead of listening to Uncle Carl.
Not during the green room, because rest of y'all's in there.
Mm.
Oh, wait a minute. I was playing World of Warcraft last night.
Yes, I noticed. You were very subdued during the first part of the show.
I was trick or treating. Had to get
Yes,
my
a lot of those online role playing games will have Halloween and Christmas events and stuff like that.
Oh, they've got a bunch of holidays through the year, and I love holidays because I was getting like 6,000, almost 6,000 experience points every time I stopped at a jack-o'-lantern. So I've got 4 characters that leveled from 70 to 70, almost 74, just in one day.
Yeah. Evidently,
horde.
Thesis is going to try to see if his internet will actually be stable enough for him to pop on. And Halloween stuff in Nine Dragons. Okay, Halloween stuff in Nine Dragons can be cool. Got a hopping vampire pet a couple of years back. I wasn't aware you could make pets out of hopping vampires. I thought they were just something to either be fought or avoided. Not that I know anything about Nine Dragons, that I haven't heard from you, but
I'm trying to remember what event was. I want to say it was some new. You bought into an expansion in EverQuest, and they gave you prizes. But one of the ones, everyone is trying to get horses, which was great. But they came up with a gnomish mechanical war boar. So your rideable pet was this giant mechanical steam-powered boar,
well, I heard a ping.
which was actually cool.
Jesus.
Yeah, both my
There
notes.
we go.
Hello.
We're gonna try this. We'll see if it works.
Hey, if it works, it works. And Michaela hasn't said anything about being tired and needing to go to bed, but she may have done so after she made the comment about John Scarborough's bulldog. And it was a nice comment. It was polite.
No, she was talking about QuadCon, and
Yeah.
And then
Brian K. Morris and Cookie and sold some tomorrow. It's okay.
And
That's
then
the last thing I saw.
you held up the bulldog and you go, "Oh, he's just a baby."
Oh, yeah. Where was that? I don't see that. There it is.
It's
It's
right under her other comment.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I said, "Well, yeah, it's a she, but actually, I didn't post that. I didn't post it's a she. I didn't post correcting her misgendering of the dog because it's not that big a deal. A lot of people do that. People look at our female German Shepherd and go, "Oh, nice boy." I go, except when she wants my wife's dinner and stands in the plate.
Yeah, my mom has two little dogs, like large hamsters, and one of them knows how to get on the kitchen table or the dining room table, so, which I am not happy about.
Well,
they won't quit jumping on me whenever I come over her house.
Your mom is probably okay with it for some reason, and there's nothing you can do.
She didn't want to jump up and go smack them off the table. I would bring food over to her house, sit on the dining room table. The dog would jump up there trying to get into it.
Cool.
Don't hit the dog. Well, just
Flash water. Whoa! What the hell?
I don't know how the dog got in the microwave. Honest.
I don't know how the dog set it for broil for 17 hours, or
what you get for letting your dogs climb on the counters?
Oh, your dog's done.
I woke up for this.
Well, I mean, seriously, where else can you get this kind of shit for free?
OnlyFans?
Oh, hell no.
Not for free.
No, you got to pay to be degraded like this on there.
True.
Oh. However, I do like the off-the-shoulder look, and
Thank you. I don't want to get rid of it, but the sweater has gotten too big for me.
these things, they happen. My projects have gotten too big for me, but I'm still the only one doing any work on them.
Projects. Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
I don't know what the kids are calling it, but this is working outdoors with a hammer and a chisel.
P word, definitely a P word.
And now that my muscles are less sore, I've got to get back to work on the fence. Moving all that stuff for Joe was real.
Please don't remind me. I've still got to empty out a teeny tiny closet-sized storage shed and move it inside the chain link fence, so that I've got someplace I can lock up my Tupperware with cast iron cookware in it that I do not want to leave hanging outside in the weather.
And all the cool kitchenware that Lindsay doesn't have, but you do.
Exactly. And if she wanted any, she'd go hunting for it herself like I do, or just notice it instead of going, oh, I need potato chips. Oh, I need sour cream. Oh, I need milk. It's 3 entirely different areas of the store. Can you pick a path?
No.
Hey, I go in the store. I go to the beer cooler. I go to the wine rack. I go to the bacon. I go to the pork chops. I go to the. Well, I have to make a turn there and go to the pet food aisle and whatever's on the list. And it's for me, it's like threading a maze in a video game. After you've done it often enough, you know the optimal path.
I go to Ingles. I go in the door. I go in the left door because I like parking on that side. Go in the left door. Go past the cash registers, and they got the coin machine for doing your coins.
Mm-hmm.
Go around that corner. You got wine in the bracks right there. You got beer. It's in an S-shaped wall. So it goes this way, and then that way again. And then it ends where the bathroom is, but right next to the bathroom is the milk. So milk, half and half, cheese, sour cream. You go past
Samuel Adams.
No, that was earlier. Before you got to the milk. Okay. Let's see. Go all the way down to the end. You got eggs, and there's a juice aisle, and then eggs. Then you got the back freezer with all the oddball freezer stuff, like the bratwurst, the frozen chicken fingers, the Cornish hens, shrimp, crab legs. Off. You go past the double doors that go back into the storage area. You've got, let's see, fish. They got like the catfish fillets, salmon fillets, crap. Hey, Foxy.
Yeah, didn't know you were a hockey fan.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Lindsay was watching a. I will explain it for our American viewers. Lindsay was watching a soccer game today. Only it was not an American set of teams. It was British, so it was actually football. Not that I draw that distinction between the two styles, but it was not going well for the team that she was rooting for. I could hear her screaming at the referee from this end of the house, and that's almost 30 yards away through a closed door. Seriously.
That's kind of our one sport is hockey. I don't really give a shit about literally anything else, despite the fact that I was raised in a household that didn't have an off season. They were always watching something, except for hockey, until we introduced them to it. So then they started watching that too.
Well,
I live in Georgia. You know what we call hockey? Swimming. Yes.
Except in Atlanta in January, in which case it's called driving.
So
And it's more of a contact sport than you think, because you're always slamming into somebody else's car. Um,
so here's something interesting I just saw online.
oh,
Amtrak's new Chicago to Miami train begins next month. Guess what route that takes?
straight through Atlanta.
No, Chattanooga.
Well, both.
It'll start in Chicago and make stops in Cleveland, Washington, D.C., Orlando, and Tampa before hitting its final stop in Miami.
That won't be good.
That's definitely not going to be high-speed rail because it's some
Nope.
big turns.
Cleveland, Ohio, or Cleveland? Because this
I'm
is
just-
Cleveland, Tennessee too.
Cleveland,
Yeah,
Tennessee, would be awesome.
there's a Cleveland in every state. Seriously,
Those Cleves got around.
there's a Cleveland in every state. There's a Greenville in every state.
There's a Danville in every
Springfield,
state.
I actually use the multitude of Greenvilles to navigate a steampunk short story. Well, it's not going to be a short story for too much longer if I ever finish the damn thing. But I plotted the route of the steampunk walking train between Greenville to Greenville to Greenville to Greenville to Greenville, all the way out to California across the South, the Mid-East, the Midwest.
Greenville, California.
Yeah, all the way. I mean, seriously. And they're not that damn far apart at one jump at a time. And when your walking train is going at the incredible speed of 60 miles an hour, it's quite easy to plot how long the time between them is because it's only a mile a minute.
Well, they're talking about a train route down through Illinois to Chattanooga.
Mm-hmm.
Other places probably, but that's the one we're interested in.
They want to go from Atlanta, Chattanooga, maybe through Knoxville. But if it doesn't go through Knoxville, it'll go to Nashville, Louisville, and then someplace up north where the Yankees live. So,
Well, Uncle Carl's been watching, and he says he thinks it'll have a stop in Champaign, which is only 30 miles away from us.
Mm-hmm.
And if it ever does come to fruition, we will try it at least once when we come down to Hallowcon, just see what it's like. Ride down there, rent a car.
I would actually love the option to drive my car to the depot in Athens and park it in a railroad car, go to Atlanta, drive the car off of the railroad car in Atlanta and go shopping, and then come back whenever the train comes back to Athens. That would be relatively painless rather than wishing I had chain guns on the van on 285.
you know why we don't have flying cars yet?
Yeah, because
Atlanta traffic.
Atlanta traffic, yeah.
Exactly. It's they look at the drivers in Atlanta and say, there is no way we are giving these motherfuckers flying cars. Okay.
Really? If we
They've
knew
had
which
nothing
ones
two
were the
dimensions.
smart ones. Oh,
What?
Zach just sent me a message, and it says, "Sorry, missing show, but at WH."
Waffle House, I'm assuming.
White House. President wants to talk to him.
I thought it was White House at first, but Waffle House makes a hell of a lot more sense.
Yeah, and he just took a
Especially in
picture of
Florida.
the Waffle House menu.
It
Yep.
is infinitely more forgivable.
To go to the Waffle House.
Yeah, I would not hesitate to go.
Damn,
Screw that! I'm going to eat.
help me out. What was the name of the Gemini astronaut that took the Reuben sandwich into space with him?
Oh Jesus, that I do not remember.
And he got in a lot of trouble for it too, because he was up there.
Oh.
He asked his buddy, "Hey, you want a bite?" and pulled out of one of his pockets a 2-day-old Reuben sandwich.
Ew.
Ugh.
Yeah, but those have sauerkraut on them, and those have a lot of liquid, which is not what you want floating around in the capsule.
And the rye bread was disintegrating, and there was bits of flipping sandwich.
Yeah, it was 2 days old and had been in his pocket all that time. Which astronaut was it that took the little wine and the host and whatever else is in the oh God, why can I word today? It's a Catholic ritual for Mass.
Mass, yeah, communion.
Eucharist?
Communion, thank you. Communion wafers and everything else. He actually took that to the moon and took communion while he was sitting there in the lunar lander, I do believe.
As one would.
Well, of course. And how else you going to get closer to God than to go into outer space?
I have had dreams at night where I'm doing EVAs on the space station, and I'm in the suit, I'm floating around outside, and I'm humming to myself while I'm working. Ground control to Major Tom. And I hear all the astronauts inside the International Space Station go, "Shut the fuck up, Scarborough!"
Okay, according to several different things here, it was astronaut John Young, and it was a corned beef sandwich.
Corned beef.
Gemini 3
I
in
always heard it was a Reuben, but that's
Almost a Reuben.
1965. Almost as bad after 2 days in his pocket.
And I believe that was actually the last mission he had as an astronaut because of that.
Gee, I
Yeah,
wonder
after
why.
that, they weren't going to let him go up anymore. This guy carries sandwiches in his pocket, and we're feeding
putting you on top of
everybody
a
else
missile.
toothpaste and Tang.
Okay.
Um,
To be fair, if you've ever tasted the original Mercury and Gemini astronaut food, you would understand why the hell he took a damn corned beef sandwich in space with it.
I would have substituted peanut butter and jelly because that probably wouldn't have leaked out of the bread as badly.
The one thing I've heard
Jelly
is
would.
you can't take bread because the crumbs getting everything. Even today on the International Space Station, they take tortillas.
Same reason that they are moved away from pencils because of the graphite dust.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the eraser dust.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that they don't have astronauts doing cocaine up there? Come on now. How else are they staying awake all the time?
Tang.
Believe me, they mix the cocaine and the Tang.
In the Tang, yes. Okay.
That's
Actually,
why
I've
it
heard,
smells so well.
I have heard that it is actually difficult to sleep on the space station because of all the noise.
Oh, I imagine it would be without any reference for daylight, nighttime.
Oh no, it's not. It's not.
Cranking, the mechanical
It's not your circadian rhythms with absence of daylight to nighttime. It is your inner ear not being able to cope with being weightless.
Well, I'll bet I could sleep up there.
You would have to practice in a sensory deprivation tank, probably, to be able to just go, screw it, nap time. even I would not be able to fall asleep in the middle of a show.
Hey,
Zero
Dan,
G.
if you were an astronaut, we just have to turn on StreamYard. And by an hour later, you'd be asleep.
You'd be.
I know that about 24 years ago, I was on a Caribbean cruise, and our little room was below the water line, so we had no window, and that just fucked with my sleep.
Really?
Yeah.
Really bad. There was no light except for the
The artificial light.
the overhead halogen lights. So I was, I'd go to bed at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and wake up 1 or 2 in the afternoon. Like, what time is it? I don't know.
What day
Damn
is it?
That too.
Did I miss getting off the boat? Are they going to charge me extra?
Although one of the coolest things in the world, if you ever get a chance to experiencing it, is going on a cruise and going out, standing on the deck in blackest night, nothing around for miles, and just standing there and looking out and just being like, wow, this is cool.
And finally seeing all the stars.
Every single one. Yep.
I did that in New Mexico.
You might see one of the other cruises.
Lindsay and I went to stay with her youngest daughter and her husband and our grandchildren out there. And you go outside, they don't have a security light. They don't have the lamppost with the big halogen lamp on it. You go outside at night, you can see infinity with your naked eye.
Unless there's a full moon out, the one thing
even then, if you look away from it, it's just.
When I was out in the desert, the one thing that shocked me was walking outside at night when there's a full moon and not realizing it was night.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? And then you suddenly realize it's dark. You know, the sun went down, but there's this big damn moon hanging over you.
I've actually got photographs from there. I should turn one of those into an Aphelion cover sooner or later.
That'd be cool.
Hey, we went out to the VLA and we're walking around and I was taking photographs of the radio telescopes, and I used that for a couple of different angles, but I used that for Aphelion covers before. And I didn't have to worry about copyright because I took the damn photographs myself.
Yeah.
I
wish.
Damn, I sounded like Richard Nixon right then.
Because I would have had some really, really awesome views just standing on the back of that cruise ship with black everywhere. You could see every single star. I was like, I wish I had a camera.
Yeah. Well, I
can do that on dry land.
I got used to that sort of thing over at my family farm. I could stand out in the smallest part of the driveway, and the house roof would blot out the security light that's on the far end of that. It's a big house. It's not quite as big as Carl and Donna's house, but it's a good contender.
Dan's in the big house.
And I just go out there and go, okay, gotta lock up my car. My little brother been playing with my damn CB radio again, talking to New York from Georgia. I want to be able to start the car in the morning. Hope he didn't find my bottle of tequila, and lock up the car and just look up and go, holy shit, there's a lot of stars up there. And there was one night, there was one bright white light moving from east to west, going from sunset going from darkness into the sunset. And I'm going, that's not a satellite. We don't have anything here that goes that direction.
It's a manhole cover.
No, it wasn't a manhole cover. That went straight up. No, I figure that was me seeing an SR-71 going from the East Coast to the West Coast. Cause it was in its serious bat out of hell mode. It crossed the entire horizon faster than anything. And
Well,
I'm used to
could
looking
be a satellite, you know.
It
Not
had
one
to
of
be
ours.
it would have to be a damn big one for me to be able to see it at well, I mean, seriously,
Soviet satellites.
it was a damn big light. I thought it was just sunlight being reflected off an airplane way up there. You know, 75,000 feet or however, and moving at bat at a hell speed. And it didn't last long, but I stood out there and go, ooh, that's got to be an SR-71 because I don't believe in flying saucers.
Well, compared to you Southerners, I'm sure satellites go bad out of hell.
Except for the ones built by Plymouth, yeah.
Spoken by someone who has not driven in Atlanta.
Only on the outside.
Believe me,
Mama only raised one fool, and it wasn't me.
the only things worth driving to in Atlanta are inside 285. If you're just trying to get around it and go someplace else, oh, that's a real pain in the butt because you're probably the only person on the road that knows how to drive.
I was
Unless
doing
I'm there
20
and then there are two of us.
I was doing 20 over, and they left me like I was standing still.
Oh, the speed limit is about, well, it varies from, oh my God, we got to stop now, stomp your brake, to, well, you get a ticket if you drive faster than 65, but most everybody else is doing 100.
I got tired of having the glow in the dark high and tight there.
That's when the cops pick you up for driving too slow.
Oh, yeah. In Atlanta, they will give you a ticket for driving too slow.
I don't think I've ever seen them pull anybody over for speeding in Atlanta, but I have seen them pull people over for driving in the HOV lane with one person in the car.
Yep. And legend has it, if you use your turn signals in Atlanta, you'll get pulled over because they don't think you know how to drive in Atlanta.
They'll search your car because they think you're a drug dealer. So.
Yeah, you're actually using your turn signals. This has got to be a dead giveaway for. There's got to be, 10,000 pounds of cocaine.
He's trying to be nice.
Yeah. No, it would take us a hell of a lot less time to go down 85 and get on 75 and go north towards Chattanooga to get to Dalton or Chattanooga for the two conventions we go to every year. But I get on 285 and I go, who the fuck let this many lobotomy patients have a driver's license?
You know, I was watching this TV series called The Walking Dead, and there was a scene,
that's Atlanta.
there was a scene where the Air Force did a napalm strike on downtown Atlanta, and after driving through downtown Atlanta, I know why the Air Force went and did a napalm strike on downtown Atlanta.
I understand why Sherman burned Atlanta. And sometimes I wish they'd never bothered to rebuild it.
I was screwing around on like Amtrak just for fun, because we have an Amtrak just a couple of miles away from us, just to see where the closest I could get to Hallowcon is. And yeah, there's like 2 or 3 different stops in Atlanta, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to stop there.
Amtrak goes to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I mean, Atlanta used to be named Terminus because that's where all the railroads went to, from the south going north, the north going south, the east going west, the west going east. No, and you could actually get to an Amtrak station in Atlanta and get what is the shuttle bus company? The good shuttle bus company. Groom Transportation. And they will take you right to the hotel in Dalton. And it will only cost about $50 to $75 on top of your Amtrak fee to get to Atlanta.
Used to be 30, the gas prices.
Yeah. Well, yeah, gas prices. They will get you to the Atlanta airport, and they will get you to points beyond there. I put Lindsay on a shuttle bus from Athens to the Atlanta airport so that she can go and visit her youngest daughter and her youngest son out in New Mexico. And it's like, God, this is reasonable, and I don't have to drive through Atlanta. I love this. I can't read it, John. You'll have to read it for us.
Let me see that. Let's see here. Chattanooga to and from the Atlanta airport, Chattanooga to and from the Nashville airport, and Chattanooga to and from Banana. What? Okay. That's the one that goes from Atlanta to Nashville.
Oh. No, I think Thesis needs the one that goes from Bonanza to Atlanta.
Yeah. I've taken Amtrak once to Glenwood Springs, Colorado, and it was not bad. It took a little while. It was better than this goddamn bus to go to Missouri. That took like a day and a half.
I had a dream vacation that I would go to Orlando and go to Disney World for a week, stay at one of the resorts for a week, get on Amtrak, take the Sunset Unlimited from Orlando all the way out to Los Angeles, which is really cool because it's a 3-day trip. But if you pay a little extra, you can get the National Park Service to provide a guide that will sit in the observation car with you and point out all the points of interest.
Oh, shit.
Along the train route. Okay. So anyway, you take that train for 3 days, you get into Los Angeles, go to Disneyland for a week or whatever. Okay. Jump back on Sunset Unlimited, go back through Orlando out to Port Canaveral and jump on the big red boat, the Disney boat, and do a cruise on the Disney boat and then come back. And I thought that would be awesome. So
that would be pretty cool.
That sounds
course, that was back when Disney. That was back when Disney had a cigar store.
Oh, they still do. It's just
Do they?
you have
Downtown Disney used to have an awesome humidor in the downtown Disney program. So,
you pretty much got to be a member now to access any smoking area. And the nightclub that actually has a liquor license in Disney World.
oh, there were several in downtown Disney. They used to have a Planet Hollywood. That was
No, there was one place that was off limits to most of the rest of the tourists.
Club
You had to
69 or whatever it is.
Yeah, you definitely had to be one of the elite to get a membership.
It's got to be a Kardashian. Yeah.
I don't care where you get your food. A DoorDashian. I mean, I don't care. But no, it was expensive to get a membership to be able to go in there. Smoking lounge and full liquor bar on a side street behind a otherwise unmarked door, which I realize sounds an awful lot like a horror movie, but these things, they do happen in real life. Foxy has ridden Amtrak from Utah to Nebraska.
Yep.
Well, I don't doubt that happened, but I want to know what the fuck is in Nebraska that made you want to go?
Well, twice now. She's had to go back for, family funerals.
Oh, family. Okay,
closest.
that explains it.
That's the closest Amtrak station to where she lives, so she had to go to Nebraska and get picked up from Nebraska and go down to Missouri.
Yeah, that's like me having to drive to Knoxville. And my mother called me today to convince me I had to go out and have a birthday dinner with the family tomorrow.
Yes, and I already told you should go.
Yeah, but I almost told Mom, have fun, I won't be there. Because I got work to do. But no, it's Mom. She lives only 3 miles away. I only get to see her about 5 times a year because I'm too busy. Which is weird because I should be going like every weekend. But everybody in the family makes such a big deal out of getting together when it should be go to the house, cook something special for Mom, kick her out of her own damn kitchen, do the dishes so she doesn't have to, party on, and come back home because we all live right here. I mean,
Well,
seriously.
that's the thing. You all live right there. They want to go somewhere else.
Away, yeah.
Well, I picked Cracker Barrel about 30 miles away, but there's another Cracker Barrel about 30 miles away, but the traffic is much worse. So I picked the one that has the better traffic. I wasn't going to do anything. It's only my 67th birthday. If it was my 70th, I'd be going, well, yeah, it's party time. But no, I was going to work all day tomorrow and try and figure out something I could cook for Lindsay to save her from having to do any work.
Well, you've saved her from having to do any work by going out.
Exactly.
Yeah. The hard part's going to be trying to get my mom from putting my meal on her credit card, because usually when we go out for holiday stuff or mom's birthday or whatever, my brother and I switch between paying for mom's supper and since it's my birthday, she's gonna want to treat me, and I'm going, that ain't happening. You already raised me. You spend enough money on me sending me to college.
Don't make your mother happy. And it is now officially the third down in Athens, Georgia. Let me be the first to say happy birthday, Dan.
Thank you.
Birthday, Dan.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Okay, that's enough alarm singer.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, dear Daniel.
Thank you very much. The actual chronological time would be about 2 or 3 in the morning when Sputnik 2 was launched.
I'm not going to be here then, so you're just going to take it
Nope.
now.
I'll take it any way you're willing to give it, baby.
And that is what you said last night.
Oh, Lord.
Hush, Richie. Hush. Misty's not listening. It's okay. I can say stuff like that.
So, as Sputnik was launched,
My mom was giving birth, yes. As a dog was being executed by the Russian Empire, I was being born.
You were being launched too.
Your mother was giving re-entry to what was launched from your dad's Sputnik.
Yeah, but I think Mom had a hell of a lot more fun than the dog did.
Not the green room.
Yeah, but that's one hell of a slow launch, Rich. I mean, it took 9 months for re-entry.
No, I don't think it took 9 months. Believe me, I know my dad. He's not going to wait 9 months.
Not necessarily, a slow launch because, of course, you've got the orbit time and all that before the re-entry.
That's true.
It just took 9 months for the project to come to fruition.
You know, one of the most embarrassing moments of my life was when my mother and my wife talked about lingerie their husbands bought for them and how briefly they were allowed to have it on. And basically they came to the agreement that, Hollifield man might buy you really gorgeous lingerie and sleepwear, but if it lasts 30 seconds after they're in the mood, you're doing good. Just going to get ripped right off. It better come with Velcro ties. Otherwise, there's going to have to be some sewing going on the next day.
And right now, Zach is sitting in the Waffle House cringing after all of us just, talked about, Dan coming into this mortal world with Sputnik. And he's not sure why he's cringing.
Oh, and then we had the audacity to talk about actual sex, which could not happen at church camp, legally. Although, Baptist, I'm sure there was a lot of it going on. He just was not supposed to know. These are not the droids you're looking for. I could rephrase that and it'd be very green room, but I don't think I'm going to go there.
You've gone far enough, Daniel.
That wasn't what you said last night.
We weren't being recorded last night either.
We weren't? Then what was Richie's daddy doing there with the camera? Oh, I should not have said that. I'm sorry. I should not have said that. I can't even blame the pain meds. It's got to be the damn Statesman bourbon. Shit. I refuse to be embarrassed. Damn it. I am what I am, and that's all what I am.
Okay, Popeye.
Exactly. You should see my coffee mug.
Popeye the Sailor Dan.
I can't comment to that. This isn't agreement.
Oh,
Put it in the
God.
private
He's
chat,
got
Steve.
it. He's got a can of spinach for you.
Somebody said something in.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I see. It was Zach commenting in Messenger about being at the Waffle House. Oh, and I'm going, oh my God, this is either the CIA, the FBI, or some other three-letter agency John is afraid of.
IRS.
No. That one everybody's afraid of, but there's just two or three that John personally knows about and is going, oh, I ain't fucking with them. Did the habanero? Oh my God, yes, that's the right brand. Did the habanero garbanzo beans turn out all right? I see you're munching on them right and left. Almost all right.
I could have done better.
Well, do better. I mean, seriously, you got another 50 pounds. Yeah,
50 pounds of habanero, 50 pounds of garbanzo.
garbanzo. He I didn't know they were canned. I thought they were. I thought they were just, dried and loose. Nobody touch that line, please.
Didn't say a word. Thought about it.
If they were loose, they certainly weren't dry.
Depends on how old they are. Some of them might be college girls.
Might be loose because they're dry.
After 2 days in your pocket, it's probably pretty dry.
Especially a spacesuit pocket. Oh, I regret that was the last glass of the Statesman bourbon that I brought for Chris to share at Hallowcon. But it has taken me. It's Saturday. It has taken me since Tuesday to drink. I have been restraining myself.
It was only a 2-gallon jug.
Well, I didn't even have a court order, which could so easily have happened. But I could have put a dribble of that in scrambled eggs tomorrow morning and really surprise Lindsay. And not in the spring way, but this tastes good. I do have a bottle of Chianti that was sent home with me from the convention,
But no fava beans?
No, but it was really weird. We were standing there, and she showed it to me. She goes, "They want you to take this home," and I read the label. It was in Italian, and I read it with a flawless Italian accent.
But you were
And
drunk at the time.
when am I not? At this time of night, I mean, I try and stay sober long enough to go do chores, go grocery shopping or whatnot, and then as soon as I get home, it's time. But no, I've read it off in what I do believe was pretty flawless Italian, and people are going, "Fucking redneck can read Italian? It's a wine bottle. Why can't I read it?" Uh, I've read wine bottle labels that were in um, somewhere in Eastern Europe. Um,
Technically, Mad Dog 2020 is a wine bottle.
yeah, and if you know how to say it correctly, um,
I believe that'd be.
no. That's after you've had some. You're supposed to read it before you get sick.
Yeah, but I was reading it in the natural teenager accent, which they never read anything before they do it.
Mm,
True.
yeah, hunch funch is the thing. Uh, 10 gallons of golden grain, 40 gallons of whatever the cheapest Hawaiian punch is. Uh, and then everybody at the party spends the next 5 hours crawling down the hallway to the one bathroom on the dorm floor.
No thanks.
I did it once. Although I did have help. Someone herded me. Didn't have a leash. Thank goodness. That would have been embarrassing back in the 70s. Back in the
Depends what tribe you'll be
70s,
around.
although about halfway through, I wish they'd just tied a rope around my waist and just had a big crank hoist to get me there quicker. But no, it was hands and knees the entire way. I think I was able to walk on the way back, but it was college. I don't really recall. I recall being very ill and knowing it was hunch punch. But really, you couldn't taste anything but
For the next 3 days.
the Kool-Aid in the 55-gallon garbage can with the plastic bag in it that was full of punch. And I'm going, please don't ever let me do that again until the next time. Thankfully, there has never been a next time.
Yeah.
Wait, there were a couple of room parties at LibertyCon that I decided to walk out of rather than partake of whatever the radioactive looking stuff they were serving was. No, I only get one misspent childhood, and I used it wisely, if not entirely so. I gained a lot of experience. There are some things I know I should never have again. Uh,
One year,
they're
friend and I went to Dover, Ohio, to a Klingon convention.
mm,
Yeah, everybody dressed as some kind of Klingon, including my friend, prosthetics and all. And they had about a dozen different Klingon drinks that were
yes.
very interesting.
I imagine they were. They probably tasted really good, but I don't know how they would have mixed together inside a person.
Well,
Um, I'm gonna have to go down the hallway. So, Aunt Donna's in charge. Y'all
oh
behave, or she
crap!
will spank
Oh
you.
no.
I am going to log out here.
Don't threaten us with a good time.
I'm sure she's probably gonna spank me for the party we had last weekend.
I'm going to log
Hey,
out here, take my computer back upstairs, and I'll see y'all in a few minutes.
you'll enjoy
All
it.
right.
Okay,
See you in a bit,
John.
John.
Good night, John.
Oh, yeah, I'll
And
be
you'll
back
be
in a
back.
minute.
You'll be back later. Yes. Just in case nothing works. Um, yeah, I'm going down the hallway because everything is working right now, and I need to get there quickly. So,
Then shut up and go. You leave your headphones on though.
no, I know y'all motherfuckers. I ain't leaving headphones on.
Well, crap.
Where's the
Anyway,
trust?
yeah, they called this peace conference. Although who they were being peaceful with because everybody was Klingons. But this was a yearly thing, and the town was so used to being invaded by Klingons that we went across to a restaurant, and it kind of like a Cracker Barrel style restaurant, and walked in. He's dressed as a Klingon. I'm dressed as a Viking because, after all, Vikings are flightless Klingons, and they don't even blink. No double takes or anything. It's just like, yes, would you like a table or up at the a booth? And okay, dude, it was a lot of fun. Got to meet a couple of people who wrote for Star Trek. Yep. Okay, so who's first in line for their whipping? Oh, I've got other plans for Carrie.
Oh no.
shit.
Note to
The
self.
birthday boy.
Um,
The birthday boy needs his spankings.
mm.
This is true.
Note to self. Don't throw parties while the folks are away.
Oh, is there something you want to tell us, sweetie?
I will be back in a
Not
second.
really.
Is,
I'm
is there
pleading the
something that
fifth.
you want to tell us that shouldn't be recorded?
Yeah.
I'm pleading the fifth.
So that's a
Of what? Vodka, rum, like what? What?
Tequila.
Klingon blood wine.
Mm. Oh, that was one of the better ones. I don't know who got that recipe with that. I remember that as being quite good. And all different colors.
Mm.
You go to the bar and you know how beautiful a bar looks anyway with all the bottles against the mirror and the lighting and everything. Colorize that about 5 times more brilliant, and that's what this place looked like. Oh, I didn't want to come home. Oh, if I had to.
Oh. Yeah. I need to wake up, but I don't need to wake up.
Man,
More like I laid down after Thesis' show because my leg was bothering me, and I woke up about 5 minutes before this show.
Oh shit!
I'm like, oh, that was nice. I'll go watch Stupid. No, I won't watch Stupid.
Nope.
And I come out of my and Uncle Carl's already gone to bed. He knows better than to wake me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fight a few cats for my spot in bed when I head upstairs.
Yes, there's a kitty in my room. Kitty.
There's the wet kitty.
Might be easier to fight the wipers, but
My only friend.
No, she'll use her claws too.
Billy, here's some treats.
Although that more borderlines on kinky than anything.
Yeah.
Oh, need another beer.
we know enough furries. You can get a fursuit, dress up like a cat, and maybe they'll move over and be like, "All right, come on in, fam."
Let's go.
You say that when Billy No Mates is at my feet eating cat food.
That's not a mental image I needed on a Saturday night. Joe in a furry suit trying. Oh God, no!
That's actually just Joe without his shirt.
A girl.
Definitely. Girl.
You do that a little too well, I think.
We've had practice.
I mean, do have
you watch Rocky Horror Picture Show 540 times and see what happens to you.
I do happen to have a set of gloves that they're leopard with claws. If you wanted to borrow them some night.
A girl. Definitely a girl. Come on back. You haven't finished your snack, Billy. Just because I went to the door. Just because I went to the door doesn't mean you have to stop eating and come back later. The door's closed for a reason. I don't want the dog to eat your cat food. Yes, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Good kitty. Good kitty. I am protecting you. Just not from the other cats. You're on your own when you go outside. Which is strange because Billy frightens raccoons and possums and deer and God only knows what else. Coyotes, probably.
So he's channeling that old mama cat you had that scared everything.
No, he came from next door. He's like fifth generation from mama cat that just looked at the fence and the coyotes ran away.
You could be fifth generation to channel something. Don't you know nothing about the supernatural?
She came from next door as well.
Oh, there you go.
But
you know what they say about the girl next door.
I'll never forget. Not the green room. Not the green room.
Where's your banner?
I'll look. Probably. Oh yeah, I click once. You jump 15 times. There you go. Perfectly good, not the green room banner. If you need one that's more
Creepy.
emphatic, there's that one. And then there is the classic original. Um, and I should have about 16 more, but I think Joe Doug's used up all the upload slots. Oh my God. You ate all of that food? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. One of your aunts drove you away from your food bowl outside. You didn't get a chance to eat everything. Let me see if I can tempt you with more. Oh, yep.
Of course.
Rattle the container. Hey, you got my attention.
That's usually how it goes with guys.
Well, I didn't even have to show him my titties. Um, just shake some food at him.
No, we saw those Wednesday night.
Yeah. Here's a hot dog. No! Bring back the titties. No, I don't know what wires I just displaced moving that damn thing, but hey,
I'm sorry, but you can't say hot dog and titties in the same sentence.
Why not?
I can say
And not-
anything I damn well
and
please.
not and
I'm an editor, I'm a publisher, and I'm a degenerate. So
let me finish my statement if I can. You can't say those together and not expect that honest mind to do that turn and go there.
well,
I invented the green room, you know.
and we admire you for it. I'm sure I've missed several comments. No, I don't. I don't think so.
Nope,
Except
nope.
for Foxy saying something about her family lives in Missouri, which is about an hour from Lincoln, Nebraska.
That was
And,
way back when we were talking Amtrak. You're behind, boy.
That was like half an hour ago.
Hmm.
Well, nobody's made any more recent comments than that. I mean, seriously.
Leave it to Donna to bring up Dan's behind.
Well, hers is nothing to be ashamed of either. I can see why Carl follows her around.
But does it bring up the 6 inches?
No, but
It brings up several
No.
more than that.
I was going to say, nobody brings up the 8.
But is that American inches or Canadian inches?
Trust me, that's all American meat. He's going to kill me tomorrow when he watches this.
Probably.
Either that or he's going to thank me for advertising for him.
Really. When you convert to Canadian, remember, you add 3.5 to every number. Not 2.2, but 3.5.
Oh, crap.
And
8, 9, 10,
please
oh.
don't use millimeters on anything except your camera lenses, because that will totally screw up the conversion factors. And now Billy wants back out the door because he's gone, oh my God, I'm full. I need to go to bed. The woman and the dog are in bed. I need to be. And he's just sitting there looking at me going, why the fuck are you talking, you stupid human?
I have American shit whiskers at my feet, but all the rest must be in bed with Carl. I can't. He must have thought we were going to trade him off because last year he was living with the hacks, not living very well because he's such an asshole. They went on their winter vacation, came back, and Carl got the prisoner exchange idea where they took our kiddo and we took their.
They took your antisocial cat and you took their social cat.
No, we took their psycho cat. And
Same thing.
Ever since we got back from Hallowcon, he has been on his freaking best behavior. And we're like, do you think he thinks we're going to ship him off like what happened a year ago? Cats have long memories.
He's probably. Thank you, Kitty.
Oh God!
Not the green room, but
I gotta write that down for the green room, though.
It's my show, so it damn well counts. No, he probably thinks that they went away and left me and then come back. I don't want them to go away and leave me again.
Well, it's not
even if I do have unlimited food.
It's not like, I mean, then he was left alone. Well, except for when I would go in every day and feed him and everything. But this time, he has the other 4 cats. He's got April, and usually her son Wyatt would come in every day, feed them, and poor Wyatt, Himoni was his cat. And he wasn't really happy with having to get rid of him, but April didn't call him Psycho for nothing. Joe almost killed him one night when he proceeded to get on the antique organ and yeah. So it was really the best thing. But every time Wyatt comes over,
oh no,
he's like, Himoni, that's my cat. He even still calls him Hermione. Like, it's not a her anymore. It's a he. So it's Himoni.
Oh, technically it was never her.
True. Very true. And I guess
I'm
Sunday.
So glad there's not an antique organ in your house.
I guess Sunday when they came over to feed him, Himoni wouldn't even go near Wyatt. Like broke poor Wyatt's heart.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, I'm sorry.
Well, when I go outside, the dog demands to go outside with me just so she can
follow you around,
lounge around and follow me around and stay in my freaking way while I'm trying to do woodworking.
What you doing, Daddy? What you doing?
Yeah. Can I help? Get out the fucking way, dog. If I drop this, I'll hurt you and I will feel really bad.
You're heading in town with snow if you're handling your cherry wood today.
Actually, it's more like oak.
That's what
it's strong and it's stiff, and it's beginning to get cured. You hand me a straight line I can handle, and I'll do it. But no, actually, Hallowcon.
You speak, sure, you got some issues, brother.
Actually, Hallowcon, I was really, really happy to see Joe and Trey there, and it was just the joy in their face at meeting the rest of us reprobates seemed like it was worthwhile. And then Richie and Misty and Crow, I think even Crow had a good time. I mean, it was hard to tell because teenager, but
Crow
Misty
even
seemed to
spoke
be
to some of us.
absolutely going, I've missed out on this for 5 years because I didn't trust your green room friends.
Hmm.
And I mean, seeing Richie is just okay. Finally, I've met the gentle giant that I have grown to know and love online, and I'm just going, oh fuck, this guy is. There's nothing to pretend about him. He's everything that you know about him from online and more. Well, same as Joe Bachman. I mean, seriously, this is it, or I can say the same about Aunt Donna or Uncle Carl or me. It's what you see here is what you get in person, except we're always on. Which
Always on or
means,
always turned on?
both.
Okay.
Um,
I do my best.
Oh my!
it's green room 24/7. Uh, especially at the Waffle House.
Kitty
You
has
want bacon with that? Depends on what it's wrapped around, honey. Um,
Kitty has a question for you, Dan.
who? What?
Kitty has a
What?
question for you. You said
Cured?
something was cured.
No. I just needed bacon. Lots and lots of bacon.
Hmm.
Believe me.
A bad influence on that girl.
You
So you're
should
no
be
longer aching after the bacon?
you should be proud, Thesis. Richie, I don't even know how to answer that.
Not the green room.
Well, no, I just don't know how to answer it because my mind is busy on 6 million other things at the same time. Um, there are, well, a lot of people understand how you have this creative mind that never shuts off. And you try and focus on one thing, but there are always other things in the background. You're going, oh, um, I need to write this code. Uh, oh, I hope that lawyer doesn't ask this question before I come up with a good answer. Oh, um, would this be a good cover photo for the next book, or do I need to look for another one? Or, hey, is she really into me, or am I just really imagining things? And as Richie says, translate this from hot chick to dumbass and figure it out. And Mama always goes, "Yeah, she's into you." Um, and no, but my mind is always this swirling morass of independent things that should not ever touch one another, but wind up becoming salad somewhere or another. Yeah, as long as it's interesting, I don't care. Um, somebody say something. Shit, I'm tired of talking.
No, that is she into me just reminds me. I watch a Canadian show called The Listener, actually just in reruns, but The Listener's a mind reader. And he and his best friend are at a bar, and his best friend's like, see that girl over there? Do your little thing and tell me, is she into me? And Toby goes, she's not into you, man. Well, are you sure? Are you reading it right? And Toby's like, I don't even have to read her mind to know that she's not into you. Well, why not? I think she's into something else. And he points at the girl again, and best friend looks around, and just about that time, she's kissing another girl. I think she's into you, dude.
Yes, you do. I mean, seriously. Oh.
How would that be to have a wingman who could read somebody's mind?
No, thanks. I have enough issues with my own mind. I don't need everyone else's crap rattling around in here too. No, thank you. I'd much rather just.
I didn't say you would be. I said your wingman would be.
Yeah, that's the problem. I was usually the wingman.
Oh.
I'm not sure I'd be comfortable with a wingman. I can read body language well enough to go, ooh, okay, yeah. She's looking at this other girl.
Actually, it's
not the hot dude in the corner, which wasn't me, but you know.
Actually, it's better for a guy if you have a wing woman. Because
hell yeah,
she can go up and talk to a strange woman, and they not feel threatened.
Yeah.
And then she can go, oh, and then you can walk by and go, oh, hi, so and so. Have you met my friend here?
Have you met Ted?
Yeah.
No, the ones I had in college would just walk up and go, hey, my friend over there is really shy, but he's absolutely cool as all get out, and he thinks you're cute. Would you like to have dinner with him sometime? Because he's got money.
And there was the hook.
There was a he ain't poor.
I heard the best line one time back when I was single. Guy comes up to me and says, I made a bet with my friends. They say that you have to wine and dine a woman first before she'll go to bed with you. I say that if you're honest with her and say, I like the looks of you, I'd like to have sex with you, that she'll go ahead and have sex with you. Well, which would you prefer? And I'm like, well, it kind of depends on the guy, but are you asking? It was so much fun to be young and single in the late 70s, 80s.
And then 33 years later, her and Carl are still married.
No.
I think for Carl it was sliding across the dance floor on his knees.
Power slide.
Really.
I had to have seen that.
In the corner.
He was doing the Townsend. He was doing the Townsend slide across the middle of the stage in a Who song, and
I had to have been at the bar, the disco. Okay, I'll admit the disco, but they did have better music than disco music when he was doing that. But
I tried to pull my glasses up, and I don't even have any on.
No. I just don't remember seeing him anywhere around until that fateful night he decided to hit on my best friend, and I threw myself on the grenade, and that was 37 years ago.
He did that on purpose, trying to get to you.
I was nowhere around her when he started talking to her. I was halfway across the bar.
That does not mean that he didn't know where you were.
No, he was.
We can get tactical like that if the situation demands.
And you know, that asshole will not dance with me. He talks about his dancing exploits down there, and he will not dance with me. Took ballroom dancing twice. He won't do it. Like, he spent money.
Oh, I bet I could fix that. We might have to arrange the proper music, but I believe I could get a tap on the shoulder going, "May I cut in?"
Oh, honey, I won't need music to dance with you.
That's precisely what my wife is worried about.
No, Lindsay and I've talked. She knows there's nothing to worry about. That's why I have license to flirt with you.
Yes, and Dawn as well. And the only thing.
Why would Donna need permission to flirt with Dawn?
I'd have it though.
That could be fun to watch, though.
Hey!
Shouldn't that come from Ted, not Lindsay, though?
Ted's going to just stand there and go, "Hey, this ice cream's going to melt before you get through." I'm not sure how long I can hold my hand behind the curtain here before you notice, but
I can flirt with Lindsay.
Anybody can flirt with Lindsay. I'm not jealous. I mean, seriously, I know who she's going home with.
Oh, wow. I got a collarbone. I'm sorry, it's been a lot of years since I've seen that collarbone.
Kitty, I do not know how to answer that without offending Thesis or Foxy or you, but believe me, there is an answer to that particular remark.
Not agreeing.
No, definitely not.
I get yelled at if Misty dreams that I'm flirting with somebody. And it's not even my dream, it's hers.
Oh, yeah, you get slapped in the middle of the night. What the hell did I do? You were talking to that girl. I was asleep.
You know what you did. No, I don't.
No.
I had to learn how to sleep with my arm over my face so my first wife would not wake up from a dream where I was talking with another woman and beat the ever-living fuck out of me while I was asleep for something I did in her guilty conscience dream.
You looked at that girl, didn't you? What girl? I don't.
Okay.
Oh, the one across the parking lot.
This woman would rip. This woman would rip the rearview mirror off of the windshield if somebody honked a car horn on me in traffic, and beat the ever-living crap out of me while I'm driving at 70 miles an hour. And I don't even know what car honked or for what reason. That was your girlfriend, wasn't it? Bam, 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 bam.
No, I think it was someone who just wanted to take the left.
Or somebody I cut off in traffic.
I have hit Carl in the middle of the night. But in my defense, I am an active sleeper. It has nothing to do with what I've dreamed or anything. I'm all over the place, which is one of the reasons we have separate bedrooms now.
So one of my friends at the pool hall had pissed off his pregnant wife before they went to bed.
Oh,
Lord.
Now, she still claims to this day up and down that she was asleep when she did this.
Likely story.
He claimed otherwise. He remembers her sitting up in bed and kind of like, getting sat up and like back against the headboard, just kind of sitting up. And he rolled over, asked if she was okay, and apparently she just looked right down at him and went, pop, and then slid back down and was back asleep.
There has got to be some underlying tension in that relationship
Well,
somehow.
she did go to bed pissed.
Mm-hmm.
She went to bed pissed and pregnant.
Hormones all over the place.
Yeah.
Well, that's a side effect of slapping me upside the head.
That was an actual conversation I had with my high school girlfriend. Pulled into a parking lot to drop her off at work. She got out of the car, slammed the door. My butthole puckered because I'm like, oh shit, what do I do now? You looked at that girl, didn't you? What the hell are you talking about? What?
I looked at a Buick.
One across the parking lot. That's like 70 yards away. I can't even see that is a girl. The hell are you talking about, you psycho?
And then there's women like me that go, did you see the ass on that woman? Or did you see the rack on that woman?
That one back there too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I used to have friends in college that would do that. They'd be walking around with one of their gay male friends, and it was at a beach resort. They go, "Oh my God, would you look at him?" And he'd go, "Oh my God, look at the tits on that woman." And usually it was somebody that was selling umbrellas or whatever. First time I ever saw a thong bikini on someone actually in real life and not a photograph was some woman selling beach umbrellas, and she had a little drill bit that she would go into the beach and set the umbrella up, and you were set for the day for a short rental fee on the umbrella, not her. I'm
sure that later.
I'm sure that she was much more expensive than the umbrellas, but I didn't have a credit card with that kind of limit, so even though I was single at the time,
when you have
just be careful where you swipe it.
3.5 years with not looking at any.
If it beeps, it's good enough.
You go 3.5 years without being able to look at any female in your vicinity, and then you're with someone who's like, "Did you see that girl?" And you're like, "No, which one?" I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I didn't see anything but the sidewalk.
Point him out to you like that one over there. Oh yeah.
No, see, that's when you carry your camera and your phone and this one that you missed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, because a woman can take a picture of another woman and not get accused of being a pervert.
Oh, no. Well, okay.
Well, technically, yeah.
I still pretend I'm a spy when I'm taking pictures like that. But yeah, a friend of mine had a son in the deaf school down in Jacksonville, Illinois. And we went down to visit, and we stopped at the local McDonald's. And I'm back there, and I look up at the woman at the thing like, oh, let's see, excuse me, I need to do something on my phone. Click. Text. Oh, well, you should have come to Jacksonville with us and send the picture.
Carl, look at this. Look what I found.
Told you should have come with.
Oh, there was a lady that used to work at a McDonald's that I would frequent before they did away with all of the counter staff and went to kiosks to order everything. Once they did that, I stopped going because the counter staff were the people that reacted with you when you went to order something. And that was half the fun. You got to know them. You got to know that they had a life. I actually even recognized this lady as living nearby because I saw her out in their yard one day and I go, oh, wow, that's where you live? Okay. Cool.
And
But
then you told her about it the next time you saw her and was served with stock of papers.
no, I didn't. I just said, I didn't know you lived out there. That's very close to my house. Do you go to that grocery store that I buy my beer at that often? And she goes, well, yeah, I do just about every day because it's a teeny tiny neighborhood grocery store. They don't have very much, but the more stuff that you buy from the store, the fresher the next batch is because they have to order it all over again. And after that, they fired everybody that was on the front desk and went to the
Really?
machines. And I go, you had one of the most awesome restaurant managers that ever worked anywhere, and you just fired her to replace her with a robot because you weren't going to pay
Now
minimum wage for someone to work at your establishment? Excuse
every
me.
McDonald's I've been in, they have the kiosk, but they still have people on the counter.
That's ours down here too. Yep.
Well, this one did away with everybody at the counter and went to nothing but kiosk. If you go inside, you don't react with anybody except the kiosk and somebody from the kitchen that walks up and goes, number 53. That's it. That's all the human contact you get. You get more going through the drive-through window, and a disembodied voice asks you if you qualify for senior coffee. That's about it. I just stopped. The last 12 years of my work life. Nope, not going there anymore. I'll just wait, and I won't try and subvert what Lindsay cooks for me by eating extra, so maybe I won't gain so much weight. But beforehand, when I was working night shift, I'd go in, I'd get a sandwich on the way to work, or I'd get McNuggets on the way to work. And since I was working 12 hours, and Lindsay did not know how many calories that actually involved burning every day, my prepared lunches and dinners were dietarily appropriate rather than, my God, you're a lumberjack, I need to feed you like one.
Dan, you know what time it is?
Yes, I do. It's
Say
almost
goodnight,
that
Gracie.
time. It's almost that time, so. I don't know why that version of it that Joe Dog sent me is not as brightly colored.
It looks blurrier
It's,
too.
yes, I don't know why. I really don't. And if you find it online, it's got like 17 minutes worth of commercials in front of it that I have to download after joining YouTube videos. Like that's something I was ever gonna do.
Hmm.
And then edit all that crap out just to get something clearer and more color precise. But Donna, Carrie, Thesis, Rich, Joe, thank you very much for being with me tonight. Carrie, I'm very sorry that we didn't give you much of a chance to talk
It's
because
fine.
you are worth listening to.
He's a little too shy. Curie,
Well,
with
I know
this
that,
group,
but
especially Dan, you need to speak up. Love you, Dan.
I do talk entirely too much, but it's my fucking show.
And
Well,
that,
apparently it's not that kind of show because that would be OnlyFans and not YouTube.
Mhm.
No,
and that,
I'm sorry. As far as I know, all the coat long videos have been removed from YouTube or
And
whatever
we know
network
that
they were on.
if it was your fucking show, Donna would be a Patreon.
well, it's why Aunt Donna doesn't uh, call Aunt Donna's number one rule for the green room. When Aunt Donna says, shut the fuck up, you shut the fuck up. Have I said that?
No, but you probably should have said it to me about 3 times already tonight, if not 5. Um,
Okay, it's
there's no
officially
rails, there are no rains, there are no seatbelts.
it's officially November the 3rd in Illinois. Happy birthday again, Dan.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you.
Merry
very much.
Birthmas, brother. Merry Birthmas. May your day be filled with awesomeness and loved ones.
It's going to be filled with listening to my mother gripe about what I don't do. Um,
Hey, you still got a mother.
Exactly. She's still around to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and she probably will be for another. Well, her mother lived to be 100 something,
Oh, damn.
so yeah, and I'm another 20 years or so, unless she gets bored and gives up.
So you're saying orneriness, not just runs in your family, it drives a Porsche.
Mm-hmm.
at 70 miles an hour on 285. Yeah.
70 miles an hour on 2 wheels.
Yeah.
With no turn signals working on the vehicle from the 6th lane to the off ramp and one swell poop. Yeah. My mother drives around in a big, let's see, what is
Oh,
it?
that's right. You were saying that trains get out of her way.
She expects trains to get out of her way, and somehow or another, it works. She'll whip across a set of train tracks, and they'll go, "Oh, big fuck, it's Wild West Sally. We gotta stop." And it works for her. I wouldn't try it, but these things they happen.
Well, good night,
Good night,
everybody.
everyone.
Good night.
We're going to tell the bedtime story, which the burning as love does not have, but I'd be glad to write one special for them. It would be short.
No, I like the
It wouldn't be the same as mine, but it'd be. We set shit on fire and then we went home and had ice cream. That's actually a good bedtime story for Indie CD and Burning His Love.
Yeah.
We had a magnifying glass and we taught this wood to get the fuck out the way.
Roll the story, Ken.
Good night, folks.
Good night.
And we will see you at our earliest opportunity, no matter whose show it is.
Yep.
Transmission overload. System will shut down. System will shut down. System will shut down.